Hi, oily friends. We are in our final rounds here with the Silver Bullet group, and this is my last scheduled post. It's been so fun to learn along with you guys, and we would all love to know what is one golden nugget that you have taken from this group that you are applying and it's changing your business. Just tell me that in the comments there, so we can really see what we've accomplished and what you've learned and what's working. Tuesday is all about exposure. So as I'm talking through I'm just going to review some of the things that we've been talking about in exposure while you tell us some of the things that you have applied and that has changed your business. But Jen kicked us off on exposure, and she just said, to expose simply means to unconceal. And she told us that we do that best by listening first. And then Danette talked about piquing curiosity just by being a product of the product. And Nicole Dodge took that a step further by showing us step by step how to make our homes a product of the product. Michelle showed how a lack of confidence is basically a setup for failure, and she told us to get out of our heads and just share from the heart. April gave us specific tips for using social media to draw prospects and ways that we can be encouraging to those who are in our influence. Nicole Perez showed us how to empower our builders to reach out and reach potential members using her Power Hour with Frank, F-R-A-N-K. So if you didn't see that video, go back. You don't want to miss it. Christy held our hands and talked us through the process of handing out samples to the strangers that we meet. And for some of us, we can hear the words, just tell someone when you meet them, but it makes a total difference when someone comes alongside of us and just says, oh, I ran into so-and-so, and then or maybe it's someone you met for the first time, and this is what you can say, and here's what you can hand them, and she just walked us right through that. And then I came in and I gave you guys some tips on exposing the skeptics in your life and your family to our natural and oily ways, especially over, the holidays and things like that as we have more contact with them. So today I want to talk more about the mindset of exposure. So let me ask, how many of you feel like you are really, truly very good at multitasking? Just type in MT in the comments if you are a multitasker. If you're not a multitasker, if you're a single tasker, type ST. Personally, I cannot do two things at the same time well. Something will get dropped. I'm definitely a single tasker. And I know some multitaskers, some incredible taskers. Danette, for example, and two of my daughters for sure. They are essentially bored unless three things are happening. But it's amazing, but I just don't get it. In fact, as a single tasker, when they're working, just watching them is like the only task that I can accomplish. I do like dual tasking. I consider dual tasking, basically like if I'm working on my single task while I have laundry going in the washing machine, or while the kids are cleaning the kitchen or their rooms or something, I feel like I'm getting more done that way. But I need to put all my attention on the task at hand, and I think it's important that we understand these kinds of things about ourselves, because one of the things I have learned is that I can be totally on fire teaching a class about the product, and then somebody asks me about the business, and all of a sudden I'm clueless, I love the business and I know a lot about the business and I love to talk about the business, but I have learned that I have to access like a different area of my brain to answer business questions than I do to answer the product questions. And it's tough for me to just switch over there. And I don't switch back and forth very well. So let's just think about it. Think about it. What is on your mind? What's on your mind while you're shopping at the store? What's on your mind when you're standing in line at the post office? Are you thinking about the 4 other things you need to do, or making sure you don't forget to do this or that? When you're picking up your kids from school, when you're dropping off your dog to be groomed, when you're out there in the neighborhood, in the community, around the people that you pass, are you ready to think about the product that you want to share with people? Are you in a mindset of exposure? So I'm going to give you 3 tips to help us get in a mindset of exposure. So my first one is dream about the people who need oils. Secondly, be prepared to meet them. And third, buddy up. Okay, so let's break it down. 1, dream about the people who need oils. Think about the people around you, or those who will cross your path who don't know about essential oils or natural living and the difference that it can make. Start caring about them before you even meet them. Make this like your ongoing prayer. Determine that you will keep your eyes and your ears open to see them and listen to their needs. We have to be intentional. Enter every human encounter with the purpose of recognizing if there is some way that you can serve this person who's in your presence. Maybe it's just a cheerful word this time, but maybe the door will be opened to something more, right? Okay, be prepared to meet those people. Be prepared to meet people who don't know anything about essential oils, or maybe they think they know about essential oils, but they don't actually know where to get them or what to do with them. So you can have a share pack ready to just slip into your purse or your bag or even your pockets. I love those little sample sachets that you just tear off, and there's 5 or 6 drops in there. You can have a pack of those ready to share, slip them into your purse. Try to remember the first time you ever used that oil. How did you use it in the beginning, when you were first getting started, when you weren't really oily, when you weren't into all the crazy stuff? What was your first experience with that oil? It will help you to connect with people who haven't used oils yet. Think about some of the other products in Young Living that contain that oil. And how they're used and what they're used for. Because when you share a little sample with someone, you can also introduce them to all of our different product lines that oil is represented in. And then make sure that you have your contact information attached. It's so simple to just put a little return address label on those. Okay, thirdly, buddy up. What I mean by that is pair up with an oily friend and run your errands together, okay? So when you go do your errands, you can focus on the task at hand. So like if you're talking to somebody in line and you're talking about oils and then you're next up, you can take care of your business and she can continue that conversation on your behalf. Isn't that awesome? And then she's helping you to open up and expose your neighborhood and your community to essential oils. Okay, then you go with her to run errands in her community, and you do the same thing and help people, help her get conversations going and help her talk about them. And then when people show that they're interested in learning more, you just tell them, hey, I'm with her. She's got some great stuff. Let's find out when our next meeting is. And you set her up for success and help her get the people that she sees regularly in her neighborhood to see her in a new way and sign them up on her team. Okay, and so in this way, now next time she goes into her neighborhood and runs errands, people are going to have something more to talk to her about than, hey, how are your kids? Or I like your new haircut, right? Okay, listen, it's not a weakness to be single-minded. And that actually can be a great strength in network marketing. And you can also line up your mindset with the natural flow of the market seasons. So November and December are huge product months, times when we want to be sure we are keeping the product in front of our members, for sure. But then the last week in December becomes a time of decision, and that leads into the resolutions of the new year. And January is not only a decision month, it's a time when people take action on their decisions for wellness or even adding to their financial income, planning for the future. February through April is a powerful time for building. May can be a period of decision and planning for many as the school year winds down and people are thinking about summer vacations and needing a break. June is when we have convention and new products are launched, so that's always a big product month. July is one of my favorites because it's what you make of it. It's what you make of it, right? Because you need to get over the idea that just because two people said, no, I can't come to your event or meet you at this time because I'm on vacation, the reality is not everyone is on vacation that whole month. So make the most of casual gatherings and one-on-ones. Just be intentional, okay? And then August is seen as a fresh new start for many people, and lots of people make decisions to join Young Living and to build in August. And then we're back-to-back building in September and October. And then with the holiday catalog and holiday specials, that moves us into heavy product again. So by understanding these purchasing and decision-making trends, we can be prepared to meet people where they are. Guys, you have all the information you need to be successful. I find it helpful for me personally to separate my IPAs on different sheets of paper, and that has evolved into notebooks. According to whether that activity is product and wellness oriented or if it's business administrative oriented. Because for me, if I put both of those things, and if you're a multitasker, you need to listen to what I'm saying for those single task people in your group that you'll be working with. If I have both of those kinds of things on the same list on my to-do list for the day, it just paralyzes me and I freeze and I think, I can't do any of it because I don't know which way to think. So it helps me to separate them and to literally, when I sit down to work for a 2-hour session, I'll work in 2 to 4 hour time periods. I decide whether I'm going to be product wellness oriented or whether I'm going to be business administrative. And it's two different things for me. And if I know that I'm only focusing on one, I ignore the other. I will take care of that later. I can be so much more fruitful and the time that I have available and etc. We can't do it all, but we can do a few things well, even if we have to do them one at a time. And then as you master a few things, you can add a little more. Just take it step by step, and you'll go farther than you ever dreamed. Y'all, if you missed the first part of this video, go back and hear it because we got lots of good stuff in here today. And stay tuned tomorrow for Nicole Dodge on earning income. And happy holidays, everyone. I hope you have a very fruitful and productive new year in 2018. Keep it real, keep it simple, and keep it oily. I'll see you at the next thing. Bye.